All right, hello and welcome back to My Mom's Basement. It is Robbie Fox, and I am here with one of my favorite new bands, Young Culture. We just saw them on tour with State Champs. They were on the Kings of the New Age tour, and I think you guys had one of the best pop-punk albums of the year last year. One of my favorite albums of the year, and you had to be there. Now, I want to ask first, how do you guys feel about like the pop-punk label? When I say one of the best pop-punk albums, are you guys cool with that?
I love that.
Like, okay.
I love that, dude. I think that, like, when we were like going out to make You Had to Be There, it was kind of like, let's make a pop punk album.
Cool.
Like, let's see what worked in the past and what we kind of started with, and like let's just ride with that. Like 10 rock pop punk songs.
Yeah, I feel like some bands shy away from it because it does in pop punk go from like a genre to a label for some. Oh, you're a pop punk band or whatever. But like, I love pop punk bands. I love all pop punk bands. So I like when bands embrace that.
Same. Like, yeah, that's the stuff that we love, and you know, I think that we did try to shy away when we started it, you know?
Really?
But I think that we just kind of came like, this is like who we are. This is what we want to do. So, yeah.
And also, I feel like right now, pop punk is also more in than it has been in a while.
It's
right?
back.
Yeah, it is. Like for the first time in a while, like with like the MGK stuff, like there's like a pop punk songs on the radio, guitars, drums are on the radio. There's like #1 songs that are pop punk energy. It's crazy.
You guys like MGK?
I like the
first
one.
The first one was better. The first
It's a touchy subject with everyone.
Yeah.
I really fuck with like Black Bear put out
a
a pop punk album, and I really like that one.
Yeah. That had riffs on it, like really good riffs.
I like Blackberry on his features too. He's got a great feature
Oh, yeah.
on
Oh,
Time
yeah,
Warp song,
dude.
Monsters.
Oh yeah.
It's got like Bayside on it and The Used, right? Like he has a few like really cool, and it's cool to see that kind of stuff like in a mainstream artist.
Right. A big major label artist.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like guitar music's coming back after like a 20-year period probably.
And you guys were just on tour with one of the bands that I feel like is really carrying that torch, State Champs. How was the tour? That had to be huge for you guys.
It was great.
It was awesome. It was like the biggest tour we've done yet, and day one of that tour was the day we dropped the album. So and we have never done like an album straight into touring before because we kind of got fucked with COVID.
Your first album was what, October 2020?
Yeah.
So that's like, was your first big show before COVID or after COVID?
Probably after.
I mean,
like your first great show when you think back.
We've had some really good headlining shows in Albany, where the band's originally from, and we've also we toured before COVID. We were actually on tour when COVID happened.
Yeah.
So we were in Toronto.
We were in Toronto, yeah.
So we got kicked out.
Did you get like stuck, or they were like, get the fuck out?
They were like, get the fuck out.
Yeah. But you guys got to leave.
Yeah, it was a little touch and go. I remember we got off stage and they were like, yeah, the tour's over. There was like a week left, right, of the tour?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Better than most, but it definitely kind of was a bummer because, you know, like I think we made the album like at the end of 2019, and then you know, like all the planning, and we were like, yeah, you know,
it was summer.
Everything's gonna come back.
It was gonna be summer. Like we were gonna go on a
big.
big tour. Yeah. Actually, we were gonna go on tour with the band we're about to go on tour with. Meet Me at the Altar.
Yeah.
That was gonna be the summer tour. We were gonna put it out, and then everything happened. So.
Dude, speaking of pop punk music coming back, Meet Me at the Altar is a song in a Taco Bell
Yeah.
commercial.
Yeah,
just saw that.
Holy
and then
shit.
Turnstile had one before that.
I
right?
know. Yeah. Whoever's in the music department at Taco Bell is crushing it.
PBR too.
Yeah.
They're repping all sorts of like pop punk stuff.
They gave Hot Mulligan that the 1776. Did you see that?
Yeah.
What is it, like 99 beers or something?
No, it was 1,776 PBRs in like a brick case.
They've always had like interesting marketing because I'm a big wrestling fan too. And they've sponsored like really like punk rock wrestling companies before too.
They seem to be like on like the like kind of like that level of pop culture.
Yeah, pop punk and wrestling has always kind of
it's the best.
It's like always been a thing, right?
Yeah.
I remember like being younger and like looking at State Champs, and like Seth Rollins would be like tweeting at them or something, and I'm like, how the hell is
he's
like
he's a huge Wonder Years guy. Like I remember interviewing him one of the first times I interviewed him. I was like, hey, what have you been listening to recently? He's like, A Day to Remember in the Wonder Years only. People that are talking shit about the sister cities, they don't get it.
They don't get it.
So he's like really into it.
Yeah.
That's
so before we get into the most recent album, I'd like to go back with you guys and talk about the Young Culture origin story. I feel like it's good to let everyone know how you guys started as a band. So how did you guys meet in the first place?
Yeah, so the three of us all met at actually a music camp when we were like
that one time at band camp.
Literally that one time at band camp.
Yeah.
Me and Gabe started the band. Gabe and I started the band in what year? Probably like 2016.
Yeah. That's when we like put out music.
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah.
And then Troy hopped along, and it's been that way ever since. You know, yeah.
What is music camp like? Like,
dude, we did not want to go. So basically, like, my dad was like, I used to.
This
go
was
to
a decade ago. By
Yeah,
the
this
way.
was like we were in middle school.
Yeah.
And like I used to go to this skateboarding camp called Woodward, and my dad did not want me to go there anymore. He thought it was like all you do is smoke weed, waste of time. Yeah,
sounds like
which
a movie.
like I was not
The start of a teen movie.
yeah,
now.
right. I was like, stop, Dad. And like I never smoked weed. I didn't even see weed before. And then so he's like, you got to go to this music camp, and I was like, I don't want to go to this fucking music camp. So Alex, like really good friend, he was like, dude, I'll go with you. We'll make it. It's just
That
like
is
a
a
week
good
or
friend
whatever.
move.
Yeah. And then funny enough,
Respect.
we meet Troy, who also didn't want to go to that camp.
No.
And
you
then
were all forced into this essentially?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't have like a
Basically, yeah.
passion for music, like I want to like
Oh, we
Well, it
did.
was like band camp, you know.
But
like,
it was like
Really?
it was like
Okay.
not. It was like I want to play power chords and
Yeah.
look up tabs online. I don't want to sit and learn technique. Which I look back and I'm like I should have learned technique. But dude, funny enough, the first time I ever saw and smoked weed was at that music camp.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Out of a hot
True
battery.
karma. Have you guys written a song about that? Because that is a song
we
we
should.
should.
Smoking
Yeah.
weed at band camp.
So
Yeah.
what was like the first when you guys get together and start playing? What were the first songs that you guys are playing together? and, like,
oh my
covering?
god, dude, we did do like a cover band thing at that camp.
We did like a
Everyone
Day to
does,
Remember.
right?
We did a Day to Remember style cover of Little Lion Man by
Oh my god.
Mumford and Sons.
Dude, unreal.
Not sure for.
And
This was like
really-
2011.
It was really-
There, I think there is on Facebook or something.
Dude, I would love
But
to find
the funniest part of like it's funnier than that the fact that we're doing pop punk Mumford and Sons, like it's because at the end of the week at band camp you all perform like
Yeah.
So
Recital.
it's
Oh,
like a
that was
recital
your
and that was ours,
presentation
so we had to
almost.
wear like suits
Yeah,
basically. Like button downs and
Could
like
you at least wear like a red tie like Billy Joe or no?
I don't. I think everyone looked like they were like dressed for like Sunday school. It was like pretty brutal, and we're like doing like, we're like doing power stances and like breakdowns and shit.
So
You got
then
the strap
basically-
real low.
Yeah.
so that
yeah.
was like like middle school. Troy was probably
I was
in middle
16.
Yeah. And so then fast forward to 2016 is when we're going on our first like real tour, like DIY tour, but we were going to Texas and we needed a guitar player and Alex posted on Facebook and we hadn't talked to Troy in like 4 years.
Yeah, it's been
Oh
time.
wow.
Yeah.
I'm actually from Kentucky, so I was going to U of
Really?
L. Yeah, I was at Louisville, and like I was going into my senior year of college, and I was like, I don't really like want to do anything besides play music.
Yeah.
And then they literally like it was like the same day that I was having like a quarter life crisis,
Right.
and they hit me up.
Yeah.
Where I saw Alex's Facebook post. I was like, I'm doing it. Fuck it. I'll drop it all.
I had to quote you guys. Serendipity.
Yeah, there
no,
we go.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
Oh, yeah.
crazy because, like, like right place, right time, and like took a chance. I remember like us FaceTiming him, being like, "Yeah, do you want to do this tour with us?" And then like at the end of it, we were all like, "Dude, like you gotta stay.
Dude,
like you gotta stay."
Troy was literally like he had a semester left at college and he was like, I'll drop out right now. And we were like,
Don't do that.
We were like, just finish your semester.
Well, so I was in school for jazz guitar.
Oh wow.
And my professors were like,
Jazz guitar.
Yeah, so
That's awesome.
It was really cool. I, at the time, I felt like I was like maybe I should like go into like business or something.
You want
But-
to be a lawyer, right?
Yeah, I was like
or
studying for
something.
the LSAT and stuff. But
Oh my god.
ultimately, it felt
Big
like
brain.
I feel like I actually learned a lot, and it like actually helps me like write and
Of
perform
course,
and
yeah,
stuff.
I
So,
believe that. Yeah.
but my professors were like, I told them I was like, because I went on 3 or 4 tours while I was still a senior in college, and I told my professors like, can I go do this? Like, would you guys care? And they're like, of course you can go do this. It's like an internship.
Yeah.
That like they're like nobody goes and does this.
Yeah.
It's like as long as you get your work done, it's fine. I was like, fuck yeah.
I can't believe there's like a multiverse where Troy goes off and he's a lawyer.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah,
That is crazy because I hope you don't mind me saying
Yeah.
this. First time I met
Yeah.
both of you was at the Brooklyn State Champ show.
Oh, yeah.
And I saw you go up and crowd surf.
Yeah.
And go down hard.
Oh, it was so bad.
It was a Jack Black in School of Rock.
Yeah,
where it was
dropped
like,
immediately.
It was like, oh, he's up. Oh no,
No,
he's
he's
down.
down.
And it was a moment where it was like everyone kind of tippy toes. Is he okay? Then he gets up and everyone, okay, he's okay.
My back felt weird the next
fact
morning.
that you were almost a lawyer, that would have been such a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, thank God you didn't go down that path. So
No.
when you start writing as a band,
Yeah.
who do you feel like your actual biggest inspirations are?
Ooh.
It's a good question. Well, like to go back and touch on like when we started working with like getting Troy involved, like I feel like the band really started elevating when Troy and us three started writing as like a group. Like the first song, was it Drift was the first?
Drift, and then Deluxe were the two
Yeah.
ones that we like wrote together.
Yeah, and I think like we pull from like all like the old like early 2000s, like I know
All American Rejects.
Yeah, all the like the old drive-through bands and like
Yeah.
Starting Line.
Fall Out Boy was definitely like first big band for me, and you know, like those first 3-4 albums, you know,
Of course.
I still think hold a lot of identity for it. Dashboard Confessional was like a big one for me, like growing up. So Taking Back Sunday.
Then we have like bands that aren't pop punk, like the 1975. And stuff.
That's everybody though.
You know
That's pretty
what's so
universal.
funny is you say that
Yeah.
the first song on the new record
Yeah.
reminds me so much of like the 1975's energy and style, and I love that. I just got into the 1975 this year.
true?
I was very
That's
late on them.
awesome. Oh my God.
Dude,
And I
I
got
mean-
to see them at MSG.
Yeah.
Oh, you saw that?
I think it was like the most I've ever seen MSG like moving. Like you looked
Oh,
up to
really?
the rafters and people are dancing, and it was like
Oh,
holy
so
shit! It was eye opening.
My wife went, and she went to one of the Harry Styles shows, like
Yeah.
the sold out ones, and she said that people were way more hyped for the 1975.
It was great. They're my girlfriend's favorite band,
Yeah.
so I always
There
kind of
you
looked
go.
at them like, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
they're nice. They have nice love songs, and then I went and saw them live and was like, I'm a fucking Matty Healy stan.
Yeah, baby.
I'm
dude.
following the stan accounts. I'm like,
He's
this
eating-
guy's
he's eating that
smoking
raw
a
ribeye.
six.
I'm making a stand
I'm in
account.
on it. Yeah. I run them now. What are your favorite memories of writing and recording the new album?
Well, you know, it's funny because when we went out there, like the last few records we did were in Toronto, and like, you know, we love Toronto and stuff. But it was like lockdown, so every day we would just go from the studio back to like our Airbnb, and I'm pretty sure were we sober for most of that?
We drink on Saturdays.
Yeah,
we,
that was
we kept it to the
A
weekends.
band plan. I like
Yeah.
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
We do things like that together.
Yeah, you
like,
guys
like
are
as a
really
group.
all like a tight knit group.
Yeah.
I like
Oh
it.
yeah.
for
Oh
sure.
definitely. Yeah.
Dude, it was there was some good movie nights, you know, where we
So
just
many
get
movie
back from the
nights.
Yeah.
studio.
Yeah.
Troy would cook some food.
Yeah,
and
we
then-
did like a steak night dinner one night.
Yeah.
Like legit spent like
I want
$200.
to be in your band. What the fuck?
Yeah.
That
Come on,
sounds
bro.
great.
Come on
Yeah.
tour, baby.
Yeah. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
The issue was like there really wasn't much we could do because of lockdown. So
And
it
then there was a
just-
blizzard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we
It was
literally
it was in January. It was
Yeah.
a year ago.
year ago, like now.
we would be in the studio a year ago.
And
yeah.
do you go in having the songs written and you just got to record them, or do you go in with the process of like, hey, these songs are half written, let's figure them
Yeah,
out?
so this was my favorite memory from the studios, that we went in with like 60 songs
Yeah,
that we
we did.
wrote
Holy shit.
through the
Yeah.
pandemic. And, you know, we went in there, and then the engineer that we worked with, who actually worked with State Champs as well, he did Kings of the New Age.
Sick.
He was like, why don't we just, because we had a lot of time, we had a whole month. He was like, why don't we just write the first week, or like see what we can do? And we ended up writing basically the whole album in a week.
Yeah, dude.
And throwing out the songs
Yeah.
you
Most
came
of them,
with?
yeah.
Dude, so this
How?
is the first time we ever did co-writes too,
Okay.
like prior.
Yeah.
So like out of the 60 songs or so, we had like five or eight
six.
we
Yep.
had like writing with other people, and
A lot of
That-
people that we look up to a lot
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
To mention.
Did
but-
you like that?
it was
It was
cool.
great.
It was
yeah.
new.
Like only 2 of them were used. Like
Yeah.
we wrote a song with the All American Rejects, like their
Oh,
their
shit.
guitar
Nick
player,
Wheeler.
and we didn't use it. Like
It's
Yeah.
good, but we didn't end up using it because
Yeah.
like what we wrote in that week, like we wrote "Not in Love" in a day,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
and like it was just like
kind of over,
Kind of over it. All the songs that were like we put out as singles, we pretty much
yeah.
Yeah.
Were quick writes for you guys?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
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 Tattoo
Wow.
we wrote in like literally probably
That's my
an
favorite
hour.
song on the album.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan's on that song.
Yeah.
Is he really?
He's
Yeah.
he does the bridge.
Oh,
There's
Yeah.
a lot of little like sprinkled in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't like
I
list
feel
the
like-
features, but we put like we had a bunch of like people and friends. on
7
it.
features, I think.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I
Yeah.
feel like there's a couple. I had one written down on "We're on Fire." Who's on "We're on Fire"?
Oh, that's Kaylee Spivey. They rock. They're from I think South Carolina.
Yeah.
Like
Really
Los,
cool.
I think they're
Los
LA.
Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, they used to be in a band, or I guess it was like a solo band
Mhm.
thing called Small Talks,
Uh-huh.
and they're dope, very cool,
Yeah.
like very pop, like kind of like the main, kind of
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
us.
I love the
Yeah.
main.
But it
Oh,
was
yeah.
just
So
like
good.
you know, like reaching out to you know, like people and being like, hey, like you want to just like sing this one line on this song, you know, like so we had like Derek do one, we had Ryan do one, we had Joe Taylor from Knuckle Puck do one. and just like a few other people.
Little
Yeah.
Easter eggs on the album.
Oh
yeah, but like like not listed on it. It's just like, hey, like
Kinda
let's just
just
have
like a
like
little
some
moment.
friends and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Chris Freeman from Hot Mulligan does the
and
bridge for Non-Love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So since you started, obviously you've grown like a pretty dedicated fan base. When I tweeted that we were doing this, people were stoked. People were like, "Oh my God, Young Culture deserves all the shine they're getting." I feel like people like appreciate the grind. They see the grind.
Totally.
What is it like post COVID? Like as a pop punk band, what is that grind like?
So I'd say like like during COVID was a tough time because it just felt like really dull. But post COVID has been like the best time ever for us. And like you said, like it's like we do have like really dedicated fan base. It's like may not be like the biggest yet, but like the people who are in it are so in it, and it's like just I think I would take that over like the other way.
Definitely.
Any day,
1000%.
Yeah, I'd rather have a vertical slice than like like a very dedicated slice of like the like scene that cared about us, rather than a bunch of fans that didn't really care about us,
And obviously with all the features you're talking about, like you have the respect of your peers, which is also a huge thing.
It's definitely cool. Yeah, it makes us feel like we're like have a seat at the table. You know what I mean? And it's like all about just like now we're here, so let's like now that there's nothing stopping us from going on tour and playing shows, and like let's do it as much as we can. Like this opportunity is awesome. Like the fact that we get to be here, talk to you, fucking rocks.
Yeah,
like,
we're back at it.
Yeah,
it feels good. We played 100 shows in 2022.
Oh,
just
wow.
about.
Just about.
Yeah,
it's like 96 or something.
Yeah. So we did like 4 tours. We recorded an album. We did 2 music videos. Like, I feel like we're finally like.
Did you record this in 2022?
Yeah. We recorded in January 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So.
And that's what like just felt really good is like after like a couple kind of discouraging years, like being able to come back and have like the best year like ever.
I think like a lot of it was too is like we started in 2016 doing a lot of like DIY touring and stuff
right when
like
we
that.
got out of high school too. Like
and right before COVID we actually like got our first booking agent, like and so we started getting like actual tour offers like on the regular, and then COVID hit, and so we couldn't do them, you know what I mean? And now that tours are back, like we're getting these offers in our email, and we're like yes, like let's just keep rocking.
So when you're right out of high school, you 3 are the ones like calling people, booking shows and everything like that?
Yeah, just like show swapping, hitting up friends from like we started doing a lot of like weekend stuff like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we'll do like, because we're from Albany, like Albany, Long Island, I don't know, maybe like a Connecticut day or something, and then eventually we would go down like the East Coast, and like like the first tour we did was with a band called Above It All. Like they were just like, hey, they were from Texas, and they were like, hey, we're doing shows in Texas, do you want to come? And we're like, yeah. So like, and then we had a show.
Make the drive?
Yeah, we drove.
Shit.
And then we had a show in Albany and had them play it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just so much fun. And now it's like we're getting these tour offers like sent to us, and here's the routing, here's the venues, and a lot of that work is lifted from our shoulders.
It's really nice.
Cool. Excited for the next tour with Meet Me at the Altar. Gramercy Theater in New York.
I'll be at that show. First time we're doing Manhattan.
Which is kind of crazy. Like
we played Brooklyn a bunch, probably like 10 or 12 times.
Yeah.
We've never played Manhattan. So.
But we've always just been like the type of people where it's like, we had the mentality, it's like never say no to any offer, so it's like any shows, like I can think of very few things that we've turned down, like it's like we always just want to say yes, like do anything, and I think that's just like a real defining factor of what we do.
The 4 Year Strong show we just did, like we got asked 3 days before it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I didn't see that like advertised or anything until it was like right up against the show, essentially.
It was sick. It was super punk rock. We weren't allowed to use like our like in-ears or anything.
Really?
Because like the venue was like
so spoiled.
Yeah, I know. Like I had to like.
Pop Punk has never used them, and every band that we play with is like, you guys need in-ears.
Oh, it's a game changer.
We just got them.
Yeah,
we have them. We don't know how to use them.
No, you know how to.
We
use
need
them.
to figure out a click. That's the next. That's next on our bucket list.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
We can help you with that.
Yeah, straight up.
I definitely want you guys to help us this year. Like, help us write a catchy pop punk song.
Let's
do.
We're
so
well. We'll be one of the. Can we do a little collaborative thing?
Yeah,
absolutely.
In a heartbeat.
Like,
I feel like this album you listen to once, the next next time you listen to it, you know the hooks and
Yeah,
everything.
that
like
rocks.
Like
Yeah.
honestly, I'd love to talk to you about the album itself, kind of go track by track. If that's
that'd
cool.
be great.
Totally.
Who plays drums on it? First of all,
Our
Slime.
drummer,
Slime.
Simon Hachianu. We don't know how to say his last name.
Hachiano.
so is this the same drummer you have on tour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Oh, he's
Oh,
insane.
dude.
Awesome drums in the
Oh
whole
my
album.
God.
Oh yeah.
It's so
He
hard.
like, you know, they always in the studio, engineers are always like, we want a drummer to hit hard. Our engine, like Anton DeLost over in Toronto, he said that Simon Slime, we call him Slime.
Great drummer name.
So good.
Yeah, right?
He hits almost too hard. He's like, I've never seen that before, and he
I
really
love that.
does.
Yeah.
His snare heads have like craters in them after one show.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
My brother
Yeah.
is 12 years older than me.
Yeah.
He's like the reason I love music.
nice.
He's a
Sick.
drummer. And he toured and stuff and whatnot, and Tommy Lee was his inspiration.
There you go.
So he hits hard as a motherfucker. So
Hell
I
yeah.
get that. It was growing up with him, I heard so many fights between him and my dad, between like, you broke another cymbal? How did you break another cymbal?
expensive.
I love Slime, though. That reminds me of like
yeah.
Brain.
Yeah.
from Guns
Yeah,
N'
yeah.
Roses. Like,
Yeah.
just such a good name.
Oh, it's awesome. It's like it's like a band nickname. Like, you know how
Yeah.
like Avenged Sevenfold has like all their
yeah.
nicknames and shit. Like,
Yeah. Shout out Simon.
Yeah.
So
buddy.
Not in Love kicks this one off.
Yep.
Was
Oh,
this
yeah.
written to be the first song, or did you guys
Yeah.
just kind of listen to it and say
Dude,
this is
when we were
naturally-
writing it, like I think that the working title was radio song. Like
Okay.
we were like we want to make like a boom clap like radio
Yeah.
hit type
Yeah.
thing.
indie pop for sure. Like,
But I know like it has a really special place in Alex's heart.
Yeah, I mean, I remember the day that we spent writing that song. The whole day I was like, this is such a waste of time. Like, I don't like this song. And then I don't know, like something switched, and it's actually my favorite song probably on the album.
Wow,
So,
really?
yeah. It's funny how that works, right?
Do you two have a favorite, or is it like picking your babies?
I go back and forth between three, which is Serendipity,
Last song.
Different Now, and Silver Lining.
Okay.
Those are mine.
yeah, I think Different Now is my favorite because it has a dope ass guitar solo.
I was gonna
That's
say,
one of
is
my
it,
favorite ones,
how
too.
much does the most fun song to play live influence that?
Oh, I mean, dude, we started playing Different Now, and I mean, it rocked.
Fucking Yeah, that's my
yeah,
favorite.
live. Like, but we've never done Serendipity and shit.
I think Serendipity will go off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe like boom clap.
I mean,
like
kind of
that.
over it is fucking insane.
Yeah,
live.
that's
Yeah,
fucking
so
live.
kind of over. It's the next song in the
Yeah.
album. It's a bit
Uh-huh.
heavier.
Yep.
Get that distortion. You get that great like sloshy hi hat sound. in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
What do you have to say about this song? What do you remember about?
I wish
recording it?
I had the original like instrumental, because when we were driving to Toronto, like Gabe had like, cause he makes beats and stuff, and he had this beat, and it was like this really soft like poppy beat, and I was like, dude, like we have to make this a song, and that's what we brought to the table, was that beat. That was the first thing, and then Anton was like, nah, let's make it like a rock song.
Make it like a Blink
Yeah.
182.
And so, like, yeah.
So that like the first little part is that like the beat that I had, but just like crazy distorted,
Yeah.
like 8-bit kind of
yeah,
sounding
we, like,
thing. Yeah.
warped it and all that stuff. When we were doing kind of over it, like in the studio, it was my favorite. And I like even like these guys know I was pretty adamant. Like I want this one to be the like lead single, like video. Like here's the
the
album,
big push,
Yeah.
announcing the album with that song kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a great song for that, especially like coming second. It kind of like opens you up to the heavier side of the album.
sure,
It opens
yeah.
that
Yeah.
door and everything.
Yeah.
Is that how songs come together for you generally, like with a beat to start?
Dude, it could be any, like sometimes Troy has a whole fully fleshed out like instrumental. Sometimes Alex writes a whole song on his guitar, or like it's like, or us three are just together and we
Yeah.
write something.
Yeah,
It's
It
usually
comes
different
in
every
different
time.
ways. Yeah, I don't think that like, I think the interesting thing about us though is like it comes a different way every single time when we write a song, and ironically the way like that we make songs the least is like in a full band room, you know, because like
Really?
yeah, usually like we're all kind of like in different places, so it's usually like a lot of sent things, and then when we got in the studio, being able to be in a room and write was just like
Yeah.
an awesome
Yeah,
like
that was
time.
awesome.
You know, first time that we really decided, we're like, yeah, let's go and like write a bunch of shit from scratch, like in pre-production and do it. So I really enjoyed that part of it, you know.
Yeah, and kind of over it was definitely one that just came super naturally from a beat and then became this huge
Yeah.
like pop punk like banger.
And it's kind of funny too, because like the first 3 songs are the ones that we like definitely just wrote like in the studio, like in like,
Yeah.
like Not in Love,
Yeah.
Kind Over, and Tattoo, and those are 3 of the singles, and like those are just ones that like first week we just wrote and we were like, okay, like those are great,
Yep.
you know. And then the rest of the album kind of is stuff, a mix of stuff that we had like thrown together from
Yeah.
pieces of what we had written before. Yeah.
as you mentioned, the next song, Tattoo, I said it's my favorite song on the album.
That's cool.
The chorus is so catchy. I
Yeah.
love the chorus of this song so much. Is that like something that came naturally to you, is like writing catchy melodies?
You know, like, I feel like one thing about especially this album and just like songs that we write is like we're like, all right, we just want to make like choruses that like kind of like soar and like take off, you know?
Yeah, that's a perfect example of
Yeah.
like a soaring chorus.
Oh, yeah.
Having it
Big
start
time.
like
Go up,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's got to be like a moment. It's got to like be juxtaposed to the verse. It's got to be so much bigger.
Yeah.
Like, that's like kind of like our goal is always to have like a
I think
huge chorus.
I think one big thing about Young Culture too is like I think we pride ourselves as like a live band and like the type of band where it's like, you know, you're gonna see us live and like hang out with us and like and meet us and stuff, and like, you know, like you had to be there, and the whole idea of like making songs that are gonna hit live was just a big part of what we want to do with this album. You know, like we're like we want to make songs that we can like play live and are just gonna like slap.
Like
you
in
know?
Tattoo, like you're thinking about the crowd moments.
Yeah.
like
Totally,
the
yeah.
parts like where the drums drop out and like
Everybody jumps.
you
You
can
know,
put
Yeah.
put the mic out in the crowd, that kind of thing. Like you gotta kind of have to plan for that. It's like it's not corny. It doesn't sound corny, but like you have to think about that like before you ever even play it live.
Definitely was a huge part of the identity of this album, where like as the first one we really wanted to do like a lot of like pop inspired stuff, and like, you know, and that was cool, and I'm really glad that we did that, you know, because now we're kind of like putting ourselves in a position where like I think that we can go any direction and not have to worry about like keeping ourselves in a box. Like you're talking about like, oh, being a pop punk band. It's like, yeah, I think that we are, but it's like, you know, like it, like we can be more versatile than that.
Yeah.
And people won't like be like, oh, that's weird coming from you guys or left field, you know.
I was gonna say your first style on this record. We'll get to Whiskey later, but that's like that goes in a different direction, and I think
Yeehaw.
that, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Different now.
Yeah.
First thing I got to say about this, as a bass player,
Yeah.
I love the bass. tone on this
Woo!
one.
Yeah.
this is Troy did the bass on the record.
Did you really?
Yeah.
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 I love the tone.
Oh, the
Oh,
bass
oh.
tone is
So,
crazy.
What is that like? Is that something you bring to the engineer and you're like, chase down this sound like a
that
certain
was
song?
That was Anton.
Yeah, we had an idea.
Well, he basically just took like we were like 1-in-1 with Take Off Your Pants and Jacket like bass
Yeah.
tone. Like it really like we
And guitar tone.
We like
Yeah.
we like went to Spotify.
I'm so glad you said that. I just had a post where I said I feel like all pop punk bands should just try to chase down the Take Off Your Pants.
It's
That's what's
perfect.
up.
Yeah.
It's perfect. I was bumping it at work yesterday.
We like
It's
went
So
to
good.
Spotify and like A and B'd it, and we were like, "Yep, this is it."
Yeah.
This is the one.
The No Pressure guys actually responded to that tweet and they were like, "That's what we did."
Yeah,
Oh,
dude. I mean, that's what
nice.
No Pressure is. It's like Blink when it's like
Totally.
It's Story So Far, but more Blink.
Yes.
And it's like I can't. You know.
That's why it works.
Give it to
it's
me.
crazy. Yeah. An awesome guitar solo in this song.
Oh, dude,
too.
thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Is
yeah.
that is guitar
Give it up
tone?
for Troy.
Yeah.
Troy's
Give it up.
guitar
Yeah,
solo
give
on
it up,
that one.
give it up.
Give it
Come on,
up.
buddy.
Yeah. Guitar tone wise, is that something where you say I want to sound like Tom from Blink? Is that like the sound you're chasing?
Well, that was kind of like more Anton was looking for that kind of like really bright but like full rhythm tone that like Tom has. He was kind of looking for that, like
Yeah.
kind of the Take Off Your Pants and a little bit of with the fuzz and stuff, a little bit of the Untitled record.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we were, you know,
That's
because
my
there was
favorite, to be honest.
That's
I know
also my
people
favorite.
don't always
come
agree
on.
with that.
that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think.
Got to appreciate it.
Yeah.
That song was really, really special to me because that was one of the ones that was written before and was one of the co-writes that made it. And I wrote it with this guy named Jesse Barrera, who is also like a Filipino-American artist that I like looked up to a lot when I was a kid. Probably like the only one that I like knew of, you know? And like that was so cool to me. And I like reached out to him. I was like, hey, would you like want to do a co-write with me? Did a Zoom write. We wrote that song, and like definitely like a favorite for like the three of us.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
And I was like, I want to like make a song that's like that was like your solo stuff that like I listened to when I was younger, and like we made that, and I think that it's just like so much like that, and it's perfect to me.
Yeah.
It's
like,
awesome,
you know,
yeah.
yeah. Also, just like a 2.5 minute song.
So
like,
short.
Oh, you know what?
Get in,
I've
get
come to
out.
appreciate that
Yeah.
in my older years.
Yeah.
I used to be like Jesus of Suburbia.
Oh yeah,
every time.
7
And
minute
now,
long
like
songs.
the
Yeah.
No Pressure record, I think it's like 20 minutes,
Dude,
12
oh,
songs.
so
I'm
sick.
like, yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
Or like all the
good.
Turnstile songs, they're
Yes.
mad short. And I'm like listening to music, and sometimes I go back. I was listening to a Something Corporate record, which is like awesome, fucking rocks. But then some of the songs are like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and I'm like, why does it have to be this long?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I mean,
this
that was
could've
the
ended
way.
Fat.
They needed all the like a full intro. You know, I think like a lot of songs don't have instrumental intros anymore. They just get right to the verse.
We have a lot of like our joke songs are short, obviously, because we were very like elementary songwriters. So we at one point were like, let's write a longer song. Let's write like a 4-minute song. And we wrote a song with like 4 verses in it, and like we can never play it live because it's just too long and complicated.
Oh, the classic 4th verse.
And also, it's a song about like us having to write a popular song, but us being too lazy to do it, so we outsource it to a Russian click farm.
That's funny as fuck.
Subtly, they slip more and more propaganda into the song as it goes along.
It's like it gets more communist.
But like
bit.
you don't
That's a
get
good
to the
bit.
joke till like verse 4, and it's like we waited too long.
That's
We
so
waited too long
good.
with that.
Is that recorded?
Yeah, it's called "Song of the Summer."
Okay.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
We're-
Song of the summer.
We're
just
bumping
write
that.
the song of the summer.
Did we just make a hit?
That's so good.
It's something. As the video goes on too, we have Saturdays are for the boys T-shirts.
Let's
that just
go.
Translate to Russian by the end of the
Dude,
video.
that's hilarious. Do you have a video for it?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's so
yeah,
good.
Dude, yeah, and like you were saying, yeah, I would love to co-write a pop punk song.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Honestly, we would have so much fun because we could just lean into the worst of the tropes and everything.
Yeah,
love
let's dive
it.
into
I
it.
love that.
I would love to do that.
I love
with you guys.
it.
Defend pop punk.
And I think we do a good job of doing that, unironically in our own.
yeah.
We're on fire.
Yeah.
What
Woo.
is that vocal effect called in this song?
I think it's the little altar boy. Is that what that one is? I can't remember.
I know Anton used like a lot of this plugin called Arcade, which would have like a lot of cool vocal chops.
I was gonna say it's such a cool effect that like works so well with this. Was this like a harder song to put together?
No,
'Cause it has
easy.
those elements. Really?
Easy. Yeah, it was. Alex had like an acoustic demo, and he was like, because we always kind of like the way how some songs they'll have a chorus, but it's like an EDM thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the chorus is just like everything drops out, and it's just like a huge like drop. And we were like, he had this acoustic demo, and he's like kind of like explaining how he wanted it to be, like it's like this is like where I want the like build up to be, and then it's like a huge drop. And
Yeah, like
we were
that
kind
type
of going for like like a band Camino, kind of like
Another
like-
band I love.
oh,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
good.
We like all the same bands.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was that song that they did like a collab with, I think the DJ group was called Noted. Yeah.
NOTD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never a Good Time, and I like heard that and I was like, I want my version of that.
Yeah.
And so like went and I
Take some of
like,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
wrote that, and I was like, guys, like, you know, like I want a song where it's just like has like an EDM drop, like vocal chops and shit. So
But it's still got guitars and drums.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah,
has
Another
like
sick guitar solo.
yep.
Yeah. That one I actually recorded. So I actually had to quarantine for the first week of the album in Alex's childhood bedroom because we like were crossing the border.
Cute.
And I tested positive, and I recorded that solo in his bedroom.
Yeah.
And like we didn't re-record it in the studio because Anton was like,
Yeah.
why do
You
it?
did it perfect,
Just
and like
plug into like
just like a Scarlet.
Scarlet.
Wow.
Yeah,
Classic red Scarlet.
Yeah, it was just I think he put like crazy effects on it,
but it is crazy, like, and that's another thing that's cool is like, you know, for people that like want to do music, it's like, you know, there is no one way to like do it, you know. And
Yeah.
I think that we like one thing that we always joke about is like nothing ever like goes as planned for us. Never does. Like there's always something that happens, and like, you know, he like tests positive, so the whole first like week or two we did without him, just on Zoom, and he was writing shit like at my parents' house, and like
It worked out
recording
because
it.
we wouldn't.
Sending it over.
The album wouldn't sound the way it does if I didn't get COVID.
It's ironic. You had to be there, but you
I wasn't
weren't.
even there.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's
I wasn't
good. Yeah.
even there.
Like,
I like that.
That was
I like that
like-
one a lot. Yeah.
I went a little crazy in that bedroom, but
I'd
I'd write
his
till
parents there? Were his parents like
Yeah.
taking care of you?
yeah, they were
Giving you
there.
meals?
Yeah, so Alex's parents are the band's parents,
Yeah,
and they are
they're
the
the
sweetest people ever. They
Class
always
mom
take.
type stuff.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
yeah, dude.
Oh my god.
Rocks.
They love this shit.
Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Gina, Mike. Shout out
Gina,
Gina, Mike.
It's
What's
Brian.
going on,
Yeah.
guys?
They love it. Yeah,
they're the best.
they've always been
They're
like
the best.
hyped on us doing it.
That's awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
like, and super supportive about it. So that rocks.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Silver Lining. Great bridge on this one. I love
Yeah.
the guitar leading into the bridge on this one, and I love the little bass thing at the end there.
Hey,
flair on the end there.
this guy told me to get rid of it.
No.
I didn't say to get rid of it. I just said to turn it
I
down,
love it.
which I
Yeah.
still agree on. That we did that. He was loud as
It's good
fuck.
stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I was like, it sounded like a 1975 thing to do. So
Yeah.
I was like, fuck it, let's do it.
I like that.
Thank you.
That song and We're on Fire I wrote in the same day, actually. Sent them both over to these guys. And it was like right before we left, and they're like, yeah, these two have to be on.
They
And
have
I was
to.
like,
Yeah.
really? And I'm
Yeah.
really glad that we did them.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? Because I love
Yeah.
those songs.
And yeah, that's one of my favorites. That's probably my second favorite.
Yep.
So-
very
so-
young culture.
You
It's
guys
like-
play that one live?
No, we haven't yet.
I
We will.
want to. I like when I first heard that song when we were driving to Toronto, and Alex was like, oh yeah, it just played a voice memo in the car, and I was like, that's what we've been missing, because we had all
Yeah,
these
I love
songs,
those
right?
moments.
We had like
Yeah.
the 60 songs or whatever, but like we were all a little kind of nervous because we were like, we don't have an album, we just have songs, you know what I mean? And there still
Yeah.
felt like stuff
You
was
want
missing.
to have that feel of like connectivity through them.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just like kind of not knowing, and like when he played that one, and I was like, that's like the Alex Magnin, like true and tried, like young culture sound. And
Yeah.
that's we need.
Written from an acoustic guitar, very simple. You know, no like, you know, no frills, just straight up like a pop rock kind of song.
Yeah.
We, like when we actually got to like kind of making the sound for it, our engineer was like, we should go for like a Tom Petty thing. And that's kind of like the
yeah.
verses are kind of
Yeah.
like a Tom
The
Petty.
12 string.
12 string,
type of shit,
pseudo
yeah.
12
You
string.
played 12 string on it?
So it was
we like
You
faked
doubled.
it.
it was a I would play like the acoustic on like the original like frets, and then we capoed the 12th fret on the
Yeah.
on the acoustic,
Studio hacks. I love it.
but it was like so high that the capo was like breaking as we were doing it. So it was
I remember we had to like hold it.
Yeah,
like, we were, like,
Cape was
pinching
holding
it.
on like
Yeah.
Captain America
so
holding on.
yeah, another example. There's no right way to do anything in the studio.
Yeah,
like we
straight
do a
up.
lot of slide guitar with batteries
Yep, yep.
because
With
you can use
batteries.
it as like a slide. So
Yep. Another interesting thing about doing that, like this album, was like we weren't in one place. You know, like we were in the studio. He had it at the time, Room 21, and that's where we've done most of our stuff, but only for like a week. And then we like went to like just like a little room studio called Good People for like majority of it, and we're just in like a little room, you know. And then for drums, we went to a sick huge studio called
Crazy,
Noble
dude.
Street,
Yeah.
which like who was there before? The Weeknd?
Yeah.
Like right before
Oh,
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So like this is the like premier studio in Toronto. It's like if you look at the wall, all the shit that's been recorded there, like
Drake.
Drake,
Say
Weeknd.
Drizzy's got to be
yeah,
there.
Oh, yeah.
Kanye did
Six.
Life of Pablo. You know, we don't like Kanye right now, but he did it there. Who?
We don't like him, but Ultralight Beam is
Yeah.
it's a bop.
Yeah. So like the most recent Weekend album was done there,
Yep.
and so it was legit. It was the
Shawn Mendes. I was
Yep.
stoked on that
Nice.
there was Bieber too.
And there's something to be said about just like being in like rooms like that, you know. And like granted that we only went there to record drums because they have like a sick live room for it, and Anton was very insistent about doing
we
it there.
recorded at Grand Piano there too.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did, yeah,
For
but like
which song?
Silver Lining has some.
Silver
Oh, yeah.
Lining,
We're on Fire. Did we re-record?
the like
Ding,
EDM
ding,
piano,
ding,
like we doubled it with like a synth and then the real piano.
That's
and
cool.
then
Who plays piano?
I
oh
did.
dude, and that's
Wow.
that's like another thing. It's just so fun like watching this dude like work, you know, like in the studio, like
Like
watching him just,
Jazz
like,
Mind.
yeah.
yeah,
crazy.
just fucking like wild to watch.
You have those like La La Land moments where you're like taking the guys to a jazz club. You're like, you gotta appreciate this.
I
shit.
love that movie.
We've been to a jazz club
So do
like
I.
trash. That's a great movie.
trash.
We've been to a jazz club trash. Yeah, it was fun.
Oh, I do remember. We were on tour.
We were in Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Shout
God.
out Dirty Uncle Al if you're
Dirty
hearing
Uncle
this.
Al. Oh, dude, another cool thing about that studio was like the Noble Street studio. It was, dude. They would like.
We had
they
assistants.
They had like a runner. There's like anything you want.
Like,
they
do you want
go get.
drugs? Do you want vegan
Oh,
food?
Drugs or vegan food.
Yeah.
Coffee. They would like open doors for us. They would like,
Oh,
and actually
shit,
they were
yeah.
so sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
One of the homies, Dewey, like that Dex that we worked with us, came to our Toronto show with State Champs, and we got
Sick.
to kick it again.
And
It was
Anton
sick.
came to the show too.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like the cool thing about tours, right? You just like have little reunions every
Yeah.
night.
It's
dude.
incredible.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have all these friends like all over. Like we have
Oh, yeah.
friends in like fucking like Portland, you know, all over the place.
You see once a year or whatever.
Yeah,
it's cool how everywhere we go, like we know somebody, you know. And shout out Toronto because that's like it's a second place for us.
I've never been. I'd love to go.
Oh,
it's
you
really
love
cool.
it there.
Yeah. It sucks in the winter, but I mean.
Yeah, I can't do cold winters.
Yeah,
rain-ons, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, we're crushing this winter.
Yeah, January rocks so far.
Yeah, today feels great out. That's a
feels real good. Yeah, global warming. Kind
of sick.
Kind of sick. We were chilling with someone last night and they made that joke.
They're like,
people are dogging on global warming.
This shit's gonna rock for like 10 years and then it's not. But you know.
Yeah. We'll enjoy it while it lasts. Whiskey. What kind of guitar is that in the beginning? That's the guitar that sounds.
It's
like
a banjo.
We layered it with like MIDI banjo.
It was like banjo, mandolin, acoustic guitar, and then like a Telecaster.
Yeah.
Wow.
All like layered together.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that was another one that Alex had before.
That was a Frankenstein song. Though.
We stitched two songs together, like the verse and the choruses were.
Yeah, it was a verse. It was a verse from like something that I'd written with a friend. Like the verses were, and then a chorus of some absolute throwaway song that I thought would like never be anything. And like you know, like we just have like a million voice memos. Like, hey, this is one that I wrote like in 2020. Like. You know, and does it taste like whiskey? And it's like, but it was like different like chords and stuff. And like, you know, one of those moments where like, why didn't you show us that before? That's sick. Like,
it's totally like the Nashville, like pop country.
Yeah. I was going to say, did you approach it like, I want to write a pop country song? Or were you like, the lyric whiskey
I don't
is like,
think
it
that
fits
we
so perfect
did,
for that.
But I think that Anton was more like, let's make this a fucking pop country song.
Yeah. It started taking, like, we started, like, listening to a bunch of, like, Dustin Lynch and, like, we're going to use Dan Shay. We're going to use that shit.
Which, like, I'm all about. If you strip those songs down, like, they are pop punk
They're
songs.
pop punk
It's
songs.
crazy how you look at country and pop punk, and, like, they are similar. There's that guy, Alex Melton, on the Pure Joints, who does, like, the country pop punk covers.
Yeah, that stuff
and they all work so well.
Dude, if Alex had a little twang...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Does he taste like?
It's fucking northeast.
And I like that we're like building the pop punk country library. We got this. We got Act Like That with
Mitchell Tenpenny.
And like we're slowly but surely getting enough for like a greatest hits album.
I guarantee all those country songwriters, they definitely used to listen to like Dashboard.
Yeah.
Well, Dan and Shay, weren't they in A Rocket to the Moon?
Some of the guys,
drummer
their band.
and their bass player played in Rocket.
Like it's an interesting. You wouldn't expect it,
right?
but
They're
it's
friends
a
with
quick
Champs.
transition.
We actually we went to. So the reason we like country music is because Derek brought us to a Dan and Shay show.
Really?
And the whole time, Derek like broke it down. It was really cool. He was like, "Check it out. Like this is songwriting gold. Like check it out. Verse, chorus." Like no pre-chorus, straight back to like quick second verse, straight to the second chorus. And the whole time we were watching Dan and Shay, he's like, "Listen." And then we were like,
how
"Oh,
is that not infectious?"
And you know, it's funny like the way you were talking about like you know like pop punk tropes, but it's like, dude, like a song like Whiskey is just like it's just like a pop punk song with some country tropes.
Think
like,
how many
you know,
like pop punk like songs talk about like you know your hometown. How many fucking country songs talk about your hometown and like you know I'm leaving it because you're you know
because you're here.
You broke my fucking heart.
Yeah, it's the suburbs and the trailer park.
Yeah. Very similar.
The little words.
Yeah.
And then, Good Karma, maybe the most punk song on the album.
I'd say so, yeah.
It's a fast one. Goes hard live. I would.
Yeah, our
assume.
drummer hates it. Slime hates it.
Yeah, hates playing.
That's one of my favorites to do live.
Yeah.
That one we wrote with
Paul
Mark Russo from Silverstein, and my brother helped a little bit too, which was really cool. Yeah.
Is your brother a musician?
Yeah, dude, he fucking rocks.
Cool.
Shout out Avowed New York, man. Tony, he's the man.
We recorded our Godspeed EP with him because we like tracked it in a room with him and then
lockdown,
that was during COVID.
Because he's like a very talented engineer. He actually worked on Kings of the New Age.
Oh shit!
He did.
So he's an engineer too.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
he works like very. I mean, you're in a band with an engineer as your brother. Like,
we're set up. We're actually going to Philly.
That is so useful.
In a month to start writing for the next project with him. We're gonna do like a whole week.
Yeah.
That one was cool though, because that was one of those ones where it's like you know like we just did a Zoom session and you know like that song came of it. And you know, like really rocked. You know, like we did, like I said, we did the one with Nick Wheeler from American Rejects. We did one with Nick Santino from Rocket to the Moon, which rocks because that's another huge inspiration for us.
Yep.
Did one with Cody Carson from Set It Off.
Yep.
Just like a bunch of like really really dope artists, and it's like really cool to be at this place where it's like like these people that like we grew up like really like loving like have respect for us.
You just reach out.
Yeah. Oh, they're all down to like they just want to write. Like they just love music. Like Paul Mark like was like a Sunday, and he was like, "Yeah, let's just write for like 6 hours."
That's like the cool thing is like, yeah, they're like there just to write music. You know what I mean? Like they're just down, and it's like that's like inspiring as well. You know,
definitely.
Like,
Yeah,
because that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah.
And like you'd think they'd have some sort of like, I don't know, ego, but there was none.
No.
You know?
It's just like a matter of reaching out a lot of times, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
if you reach out, they're probably down to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We haven't had anyone say no, so.
Oh, the first one you'll have to tell me.
Oh, it'll be hard. I'll be heartbroken.
We'll
I'll
do
let
a
you know.
hit piece podcast on them.
Yeah, actually, funny thing about Good Karma, one last thing is that you say it's punk, but you should have heard the original version because it was full on.
We had like
like a punk beat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was faster. It was.
Send me the original version.
That's
got
us.
you.
That's
I
us.
got you.
That's us trying to do like trying to do like we're like let's make a Blink 182 song like you know like
Yeah, like there was like I mean,
I'm still pushing for a punk beat in a YC song.
listen, we'll do it one day. Actually, Paul Mark told us not to do it. That's why he was like, "Don't do the punk beat." I'm like, "But we're bringing it back."
We're bringing it back. It's coming back.
I was like, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Slime is saying thank you, which is so funny.
Yeah.
Because Simon used to be in another band called Parkside, and all their songs are fast as fuck and have punk beats.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know why he's complaining. If you hear the Slime,
No Better, nice romantic song at the end of the
Yeah.
album. What were the inspirations behind this one? Because I feel like this is like another one where it goes in a different direction.
Yeah, no, that was one that like started, and before we even were talking about doing the record with Anton, did a writing session with him via Zoom, and we wrote it. And you know, like I was like really wanting, I don't know if I ever told you guys this, but I really want to make a song like this song called SGL by a band called Now.
yeah.
And it's like just like acoustic guitar power chords, like indie pop, like. Which, you know, like, is, like a very us thing to do, but, like, in a different way. So, and we were just talking about, like, going to parties, which, like, you know, we were like, yeah, like, you ever, like, go out and, like, all you can think about is, like, man, I can't wait to, like, go home, like, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just about, like, you know, being with a significant
Dropping
other.
a
And, like,
sweatpants line.
yeah, I wish we could go back. Like, wish we could go home and just fucking DoorDash and, like, you know, like.
God.
That's my wife's favorite song because she's like, that is so true. Like, now that we're approaching, like, our 30s, I'm like, I can't fucking do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
I'm like, All Time Low's got a song "Sleeping In" where they drop "Seamless" on their last album, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, I relate to that."
Yep.
True. Yeah.
Very like, I don't know. That's very relatable.
It's super relatable,
Yeah.
and like you know, it's like I think like we've all been there, you know, where it's like,
yeah.
oh, when's this function? Like
Order Mexican food.
Yeah, how do we like sneak out of this? Like you know,
Irish
like,
goodbye. Yeah.
Oh, I
shoot.
love the Irish goodbye.
Yeah.
There's
Dude,
nothing
you know what
better.
I like to do?
The Irish hello.
The Irish hello.
This
Why do the Irish
drink is
hello?
tasting
That's
like
great.
I'm about to
I'll see you
Irish
there.
goodbye.
I'll see you there.
And you never show up.
That's what I was just
Yeah.
So like I almost did it last night where like or not last night 2 nights ago.
Say you were with these guys.
Yeah.
Don't tell them that.
Yeah.
Where did Gabe go?
But it's like they're like, oh, we're going to another bar. You want to go to this bar? And it's like, yeah, dude,
I'll be
fuck
right
yeah.
there.
I'll
Yeah.
be there. I'm gonna drive or not drive. I'm gonna walk myself or whatever. Just go home.
That is the move 100 times out of 100. That
yeah.
was the last pop punk show we did, Gramercy, and it was so much
Ooh,
fun.
really?
Yeah, that was sold out, right?
It was close.
Yeah.
You know, it was like
Round up.
round up.
Yeah.
We wrote 100 songs. You know, it was one of those.
Yeah.
But as soon as it was over, the band was like, "We going out?" And I looked at my girlfriend. And I was like, "Taco Bell and Almost Famous."
Oh my god.
How about that?
One of those
That's
is-
what we wound up doing.
Yeah, one of those is objectively better. I'll tell you. Like
Yeah,
one
yeah.
of those scenarios is objectively better.
I agree with you. Serendipity.
Yeah.
Was this one written to be the final song on the album? Because it sounds like it's the perfect like final song.
Dude, this song like I actually did the instrumental with my brother like way in COVID, like lockdown, like March practically times, you know what I mean? And it was totally different too. Like it was more along the lines of like a classic YC kind of like Silver
Kind of Third Eye
Lining.
Blind.
Yeah, I wish we could find the instrumental for that too, because a completely different thing.
Like the Teenage Dirtbag, like
Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
that was
Yeah.
brand new. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
And that was the identity that we took from that. And I remember, like us like going through the the archives of these 60 songs that we wrote, and like them being like, yeah, we should do something with this. And I was like,
The chorus was just
Really? Like,
like
I was
Alex
like,
wrote
oh.
this crazy chorus over it.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's undeniable. You know,
Yeah, the
I really
melodies
wanted it.
were too good.
Yeah.
We couldn't
And it's
like
a good like note to end the album on.
Yeah.
good little end of hope.
So
right?
Yeah.
that was one that I feel like when we finished when we got the songs back, we were like, oh, that is that is the last song.
Yeah.
And
sometimes you just hear it.
Yeah.
End with a
It's like-
banger.
Yeah.
End with a bang. Don't they say that?
Yeah. Because
They
like
say that?
we
think
usually
so.
end
They say
projects
that.
with like the acoustic song, right? And that
Yeah.
was kind of like a whole concept for this record was like we don't want to have an acoustic song. We don't want to
Yeah.
have like a dip in the energy.
A little ballad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the boring song?
Because like I started thinking about it, like it's very rare. You know, sometimes it goes two ways. You either have like a song like
A part of me, like neck deep.
like
yeah.
like
It's the hit.
the acoustic like whatever that grayscale song is, and it's your biggest song, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
Or it's the sleeper that no one listens to on the record. So like
You know
it
what's
goes
crazy with Neck Deep too is
They have,
you
like,
look at their
December, yeah.
Spotify streams. I think "Wish You Were Here" in December. They're two like
Oh,
Right.
December.
It's their
yeah,
two.
December. Yeah, I forgot.
it's-
That's a
they're
great
two
example.
acoustic ballads, and it's like interesting if you're just a new Spotify. I don't know this band. You click on the first two songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily very represent.
It's misleading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like-
for sure. No, it's so funny because
But
like
we were just like, let's not do an acoustic song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like the chillest song is no better.
yeah,
you know,
Yeah.
and
but
that's
that still has like full band and like
Yeah.
has
Yeah.
energy.
And
to it.
that just brings it back. Like, you know, like we were like, well, more than anything, we had an idea of like what we wanted this to like feel like, and like what we wanted out of like our LP2 was to be like just like fun songs that are gonna like, you know, hit live and like, you know, represent just like the name, like, you know, like you had to be there. What were we gonna call it? We were gonna call it "You Can't Make This Shit Up."
It was like all like one-liners. Like we were like drunk one night and we
Thank
had like
God
a,
you didn't name it that for SEO purposes.
yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, well, everyone
Wow.
always says that we have bad SEO for our band name, but I don't think so. Because if you look up Young Culture
Yeah,
on
I think
Google,
it's good.
it's
I
the
think it's
first thing
good.
that comes
I think
up.
it's good.
I was
Yeah.
able to find an image.
Yeah.
Because like all other musical artists, they instead of using the proper way to spell Young, they spell it in
Y-U-N-G.
incorrect. Yeah. So it's like we kind of stand out.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, it was dumb to call ourselves Pup Punk. That's horrible for SEO.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like really.
Well, it was originally because our boss Dave is from Boston and he has a really heavy Boston accent.
Yeah.
He can't say pop. He says pup.
Pup,
He says
yeah.
like, "Oh, I love popcorn." Like, so we were like, "That's funny shit. You can't say pup." That's a band name right there.
So
funny as
good.
shit.
I don't even know if he gets it. Like, it's been like 6 years or whatever. I don't think he gets that. That's why we call ourselves that.
Well, if he watches,
But yeah, I think
Now you
like,
know.
If you look it up, like I think Hot Topic has a shirt of a dog wearing like a pop punk shirt or something.
Yeah.
It says pop punk.
There you go.
And we take credit for that.
Yeah, I was gonna
whenever
say.
we see it, we're like,
You-
oh,
you
cool
should
shirt,
give him
that's
a
our
cease and
band.
desist.
Yeah, hit him with that scene.
you already have a shirt and Hot Topic.
Well, and it's also there's a band called Pup, so it's like
Okay,
Yeah.
you look up Pup and you look up Pup
And then
band.
Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
Pop
go.
And
and
it's
Punk.
like-
yeah. That's a
Sick
sick ass
band.
band. Yeah.
Yeah,
Canada,
great
right?
band,
Canadian?
great band. Yeah. I think they were upset with us when we named our band.
Yeah.
that.
Well, dude,
Which
that's
I
the-
hope they're
that's the
not
whole
still.
point.
I like you guys.
Hey,
so-
you with
Yeah.
a cease and
Shaking
desist.
We're all
waves,
friends.
like make waves in
Yeah.
the scene. You know what I
Well,
mean?
Yeah.
there is a
Shake shit up.
reggae band called Young Culture Band, and I know
true?
I know that they're pissed.
Really?
I know for a fact because like one of their fans commented on our video. I feel like forever ago, and they were like, "This shit's whack, man," and like, yeah,
You were like that was a sent hit
Yeah.
on our comments.
yeah,
section.
yeah, yeah.
Did you guys go through band names before Young Culture?
Oh,
You
we
guys
had
go
a
through some
list.
bad band
Yeah.
names.
Originally, it was
we had some really
yeah.
bad band names.
Yeah.
Well, me and Gabe were like in other bands, like, you know, that pretty much were like ended up being like reincarnations of like eventually Young Culture.
Yeah.
Bring Home Ohio.
Was the first
Bring
one.
Home Ohio.
Makes
Yeah.
no sense.
which
means
actually
nothing.
opened up the Finer Things release show
Yeah, true.
in 2013.
Really?
Yeah.
Bring Home
We're
Ohio.
We're talking so
Holy
much
shit.
about Champs too. Like they
I know,
are
yeah.
hometown friends, and
Yeah.
so
True.
like
Yeah.
shout out to them just for always helping us.
Yeah.
I feel like we've brought them up a lot. So
Yeah,
you know.
Of course.
Love those boys.
Yeah.
I had a band in middle school, and when I tell you we went through a band name a week, it was crazy.
Oh,
and it
hell
was
yeah.
always me being like, guys, we need to just stick with something. And every week I would come to practice, they'd be like, we got a new name.
New
Like,
name.
you got
Dude,
fucking.
solid
We
rebrand.
eventually wound up sticking with Fixed at Zero, which was a Versa Emerge song.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you
Versa
go.
Emerge.
Dude, I do
Their
remember.
singer-
I
that.
remember that band.
So
There
the
you go.
singer was on A Day to Remember song. They
Yeah.
were on
I remember.
Popular
I remember
ballad or
Versa.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
They were like
wound
a
up
feel
doing
bad
the break
band.
contest a couple times. Remember the break contest?
I do.
Bamboozle?
Yeah,
Yep,
I do
yep,
remember that.
yep,
You guys
yep.
did that?
Yeah, when
did
I was
you
in
win?
6th grade, we made it to the final round.
Oh, that's
so we got to
sick.
play because of that. We get to play Stone Pony 3 times.
There you go.
Sick.
Before I was
Love
in
that
8th
venue.
grade.
That's pretty gnarly.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude, Stone. That's iconic venue.
We
Iconic.
did that. That was the
Especially
first time.
being like a Jersey guy growing
Yeah.
up in
Right,
Jersey. I was
totally.
like,
Right on the
holy
beach.
Shit, yeah.
There's little things like my dad's not super stoked on the band and so there's little things that he can like relate to. So like
Yeah.
when I told him like, oh, we're doing Stone Pony, like he was like
Springsteen.
He's
Boss.
like, all right, cool. All right, glad it's working out.
Totally.
Yeah.
Those are
what,
the things. Yeah.
What 55-year-old dad doesn't fucking love Boss? Like, come on, that's gonna get them stoked.
Dude, I was at McCartney at MetLife this
Yeah.
year, and
Oh.
he brought Springsteen out.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many old people lose their minds.
It's like
amazing.
Casey
It's like a
Musgraves bringing out
50-year-old
Harry
dream.
Styles or something like that.
Literally.
For
They-
like
I
young
think I
women.
saw some people like convulsing. They were like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
A couple
what
hearts.
they're like.
Yeah.
Like, this was great, guys. Though, thank you for coming
Dude,
in.
yeah,
I
man.
appreciate
This
it.
is awesome,
Everyone,
Robbie.
check out that album that we were talking about. I hope that this breakdown gave you a little more insight into it. You could appreciate the songs a little more, and check them out on tour with Meet Me at the Altar. Tour dates on all your social pages and stuff like that. Like I said, if you're in New York, Gramercy Theater in March. I don't know what the actual date on
I think
that
it's the
one is,
4th.
March
Fourth?
but I'll be there. I'll
Yeah.
be there. So
It's gonna be
You had to
lit.
be there.
You had to be there.
Come see us, the band.
Yeah.
Let's go. Robbie will be there.
Robbie will be there. Robbie, he had to be there.
Dude, thank
All right,
you,
thanks,
man.
guys. Yeah,
Man,
fucking
that
sick.
rocked.